everybody, it's Lon.TV, and another year is done. It's kind of crazy how fast time goes by, and I thought I would do an update about how 2023 went, what I'm planning for 2024, and of course we're going to talk about the upcoming CES show. Let's get to it. So before we look forward, let's take a look back at 2023. I was pleased actually with how things turned out here for the channel. I got just over 8 million views this year, and I picked up over 21,000 subscribers. In fact, I just passed the 350,000 subscriber mark, which was great. And one of the things that I've noticed over the last 10 years or so I've been doing this YouTube thing is that my growth is always very slow and steady. Nothing I do ever goes viral. Things just kind of go in a very even slope upward, just not very fast. But that's actually a good thing because it is a little more predictable, and I can often see things shifting in the environment because of that steadiness. Now, my overall views are down versus where they were in prior years. The pandemic really changed a lot, and I think it changed two things significantly. One, of course, is the market in which I operate in here, which is consumer electronics. What people needed before and during the pandemic, insofar as computers and gadgets and everything, is very different than it is post-pandemic. I think most of the economy bought what they needed, and you're seeing this across the industry where PC sales are down, tablet sales are down. Phones are probably still doing okay because people do replace their phones more frequently, but a lot of the other stuff has kind of leveled off and declined a bit given that surge they had during the pandemic. Another thing that's changed quite a bit is how YouTube recommends content. I think they shifted their strategy insofar as how their algorithm works to behave more like TikTok and looking to grab people's attention in different ways, and that diminished the value of subscribers insofar as how that recommendation engine works. And I've seen this on the back end where most of my videos are not recommended to the people who subscribe to me. And it's unfortunate that YouTube has devalued the subscription button as much as they have, but that's the reality now. So this video, if you're watching it, is likely because you're somebody who watches a lot of my content, but the rest of the subscription base, probably 80% of it, will never even know that this video even existed. And the changes in the algorithm and the economy were reflected in my top 10 videos of 2023. All 10 of these were made in 2023. In past years, I noticed that about half the videos were made in that year, and then the other half were made in prior years. But here, as you can see, all of the videos were mostly current, and most of them were centered on a topic of some kind as opposed to being a product review. Number one on the list was my video about how I was going to opt out, which I did, of the Facebook class action privacy settlement. That one topped the list. That one topped the list likely because people who use Facebook got notified about this settlement. They probably went searching for information about it, and they found my video. Number two was my mom's adventure in getting ripped off by the cable company. Number three was a product review, but it was for a Google TV device, which is that Walmart On box. And you can also see number five was the Fire TV stick, also used for cord cutting. And as you'll see in a minute, cord cutting is probably the most active consumer electronics topic right now on YouTube and likely in the industry, which is why I think those two products did so well insofar as view counts are concerned. Number four actually surprised me also because this was about PeerTube, the open source YouTube alternative. And oddly, I think the YouTube algorithm has a whole group of people that love consuming content that's critical of YouTube. And this one certainly was of interest to that community. So I think there's something to be said about there's no such thing as bad publicity. Number six was a really fun video that we did touring a fiber optic ISP. That could be arguably on the cord cutting topic also. We did have another video criticizing YouTube, number 7 there, that made the top 10 list about their invalid traffic notifications that are pulling money out of creators' pockets. There's another round of this happening right now, which we might do a follow-up on in a few weeks. We'll see. Number 8 was a fun one. It was a smartphone, but it was a smartphone that can double as an amateur radio. And so the uniqueness of that product, I think, attracted smartphone viewers. Unfortunately, a few other Unihertz phones that I looked at in the same time period didn't do as well, even though they were equally unique. Number 9 was my review of YouTube TV, another cord-cutting topic. And number 10 was my review of Tableau TV. And the Tableau device is something that you connect to an over-the-air television antenna to bring TV signals into your home, and then you can play back content on Rokus and Apple TVs and Google TVs and all of that stuff. Again, another cord-cutting topic. And comparatively, if you look at what 2020 looked like, almost all of my videos in the top 10 were product reviews, so things have changed significantly. Now, another thing I did is I went through all of the videos that I uploaded this year. I think I uploaded about 195 in total. 117 of those were product reviews. A few of those were live streams that I later published. And I got an average of about 18,592 views per video. But check this out. My analysis of topics in the tech world actually did much better. So although I only had 29 videos, those videos averaged about 36,000 views apiece. And the revenue, insofar as Google AdSense is concerned, is about the same between the two, which is why I'm going to be focusing a little bit more, I think, on these topics as they pop up, because they do tend to do better than product reviews do, at least out of the gate. However, over the long term, the product reviews do better, and there are other revenue opportunities as well. And I'll show you my breakdown of revenue in a minute. And then the cord cutting topic, I only did about 9 videos on that topic that includes some of those product reviews. And those averaged about 53,000 views apiece. So there's a real hunger out there for cord cutting topics, so I'll be continuing in that vein. And as far as revenue is concerned, I did about the same as I did last year. I'm not making $1 million here on the channel, far from it, but I am able to keep my head above water, so as long as that continues, we'll be in good shape. YouTube accounted for 34% of my revenue, Amazon almost an equal amount, and what I do is I upload a lot of my product reviews to Amazon, and I found that some of the videos that do really poorly on YouTube actually do really well on the Amazon side. I've got a video in my channel that you can see more about how the Amazon program works, but it's actually something that if you're not doing as a product reviewer, you should definitely consider, because I think it is a very good program and on par with what you can get revenue-wise from YouTube. Sponsorships are about 20%. That includes the Plex sponsorship along with some stuff that I did for Synology and Logitech. We have Patreon and other supporter methods, which came in around 5%, and I greatly appreciate everybody's contributions there. And of course, the end credits will reflect everybody who's been contributing to that line in the revenue stream here. And then my affiliate marketing links were about 6%. So as you can see here, the breakdown is spread out quite nicely, but if the market continues to change, the Amazon and YouTube revenue might decline. So I need to keep thinking about how we can diversify the revenue here on the channel. But overall, this year was almost exactly what last year was, which is not bad, and hopefully that continues into next year. So what's ahead for 2024? Well, some of you might remember a couple of years ago, I prioritized product reviews over analysis pieces because the product reviews were doing better. Now it's clear from last year that the analysis pieces are doing better, so I'm going to put a little bit more of a priority on the analysis stuff than I am on the product reviews. It doesn't mean we're not going to do product reviews, it's just that if I've got a hot topic in the morning and a product here sitting on the desk, I'm going to do the hot topic first and then go over to the product. One thing I'm trying to do with the analysis pieces is provide more than just grumbling and complaining. Sometimes that's a majority of the piece, like my recent piece on how Facebook is kind of a mess right now, but I'm always trying to find ways to make it a little less salacious, and hopefully I've been accomplishing that. If I have or have not, let me know in the comment stream, but I do want to do more than just kind of latch on to whatever the shiny object of the day is and try to provide a little more context and insight as to what that topic is about. So that is one strategy there that I'll be pursuing. I have looked into TikTok primarily because TikTok is now looking for longer videos. And it's funny, as YouTube is shifting its focus to shorts, TikTok is moving in the opposite direction and shifting to long form. The problem, though, is that TikTok doesn't pay anything. So until they start paying better, I probably won't shift over there, but I might put a few of my lower performing YouTube videos on TikTok to see how they do. Apparently, vertical video is not prioritized over horizontal on TikTok, so there's no penalty for uploading a horizontally oriented video on that platform, even though most of the video is, of course, vertical. So we'll see how it does, but don't expect me to become a famous TikToker just yet. So let's move on to my annual pilgrimage to Las Vegas, Nevada for the big CES show. Producer Jake and I are going to be heading out shortly. pretty much at the end of the week to check things out. And our plan this year is to do what we've done in years past, which is to do a series of dispatch videos. And what we like to do is find as much stuff as possible, package those things into a video of about 20 to 30 minutes and upload it. Last year we were able to do 4 dispatch videos along with a couple of little supplementary live streams, and I expect this year it'll be about the same. One thing that we have a lot of success with is going to some of the pre-show events where you've got a lot of people in one place, a lot of different companies in one place. So we'll be taking advantage of those opportunities along with roaming around the show floor. I did book in an additional day on the back end so we can spend a little more time on the floor and maybe find some things that did not show up at those pre-show events. If you have a booth or whatever you want me to visit, do let me know in the comment stream. I want to try to get as much in as I can. And any help you can provide in sifting through the thousands of companies that will be there exhibiting is greatly appreciated. And of course, there's always some drama on the way out to CES. So one year we had a COVID problem. Last year we had Southwest's big issues with their logistics. This year it's a snowstorm. So I had to rebook everything to get out ahead of this snowstorm. So that added some cost to the mix. But the good news is we do have a sponsor this year. And what we'll be doing for the sponsor is actually a dedicated video and a dedicated live stream that will likely be published as a video afterward. And this will be for the same group from Korea that sponsored videos last time. It's going to be interesting, I think. So if you are up for it, I would love for you to click that notification bell so that when those videos come up, you can check them out. It's definitely going to be different than most sponsorships because they're not trying to sell you anything directly. They're trying to talk about some of the things that are going on in Korea related to technology development. So you might find it interesting. You can also subscribe to my email list at Lon.TV/email if you want to be updated every time we send something up from the show floor. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Again, let me know if you want me to check something out, and I'll do my best to find it while we are out there. And that is going to do it for this year in review and a CES update. I'll probably squeak in a few videos before I head out on the trip. So stay tuned. There's always more content to come. And until next time, this is Lon Seibin. Thanks for watching.
This channel is brought to you by the Lon.TV supporters, including gold level supporters Brian Parker, Budley, Hot Sauce and Video Games, Steve Green, and Amda Brown. If you want to help the channel, you can by contributing as little as $1 a month. Head over to Lon.TV/support to learn more. And don't forget to subscribe. Visit Lon.TV/s.